Hi, I'm Jack, I'm 25, I'm from England, and I've been working with Practica en la Ciudad for about 3 years now, 4 years, and I was attracted to working with them because of the many different methods that they use. It's not just sitting down in a classroom and teaching kids in an old-fashioned, boring way, but going to different areas of the city, from the south to the north, public spaces, from art galleries to shopping malls to parks, and then really just interacting with a group of children. The aim of this short informative video is that by the end of it you understand the physical response methodology. First, we're going to define the methodology. Secondly, we're going to identify the key elements of the methodology, and thirdly, we're going to explore the criticisms of the methodology. We're now going to try and briefly understand the physical response method. The physical response method has two defining factors. The first being that we learn language through listening, not through speaking, not through reading, only through listening. The second being that the students are expected to subconsciously be learning the grammatical structure of the language through the input of spoken language. Again, not through reading, writing, only through listening. We're now going to look at the three major characteristics of the physical response method. Now, I like to think of it almost like a mountain and climbing a mountain. Firstly, you must acquire the skills before climbing the mountain, and that this is essential to language learning, that a student is not going to be able to speak a language until they already have the tools to do so. The second is the coordination of language, spoken language, with physical movement. Again, you wouldn't climb a mountain if you didn't know how to climb physically and with the technique. Third major characteristic is that you should never force the student to engage in spoken language without the full set of tools and a comfort in doing so and a readiness, just like mountain climbing. We're now going to explore some of the criticisms of the physical response method. The first and important criticism of the physical response method is that it doesn't allow the student or the individual to express themselves creatively, putting them almost in a box. The second criticism of the physical response method is that it lacks cultural authenticity. For example, you won't ever just have a conversation about small talk, about someone's family and friends, or just what they had for dinner last night. The third criticism of the physical response method is that it lacks feedback. This in turn leads to a lack of accuracy when learning the language, and a lack of development of this accuracy because the student doesn't know when they're speaking correctly or when they're not speaking correctly. Thank you very much for listening. We hope you now have a better understanding of the physical response method. Thanks very much and see you soon.
Practica en la ciudad. Diviértete aprendiendo idiomas.